Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Do you think you're a free human?
Yeah. Definitely.
This is where everybody is going to discover just how much more badass my sister is than me and how much of a pansy I am. She's over there beekeeping already. I don't even know how to get through the fence. I'm very intrigued by how you were able to get from a life that was very streamlined and very normal, like you were in real estate, you had investments, you got married, and you were highly unhappy.
I actually got a pay rise to 100K a year, a 20% increase in my pay rise, and then I quit.
How much savings did you have?
20 grand.
Oh my gosh, I had 20 grand when I left as well.
Yeah.
That seems to be a good cushion. Why did you quit?
If I look back on that time in my life, I just feel like it was a flat line. You know how you get the heartbeat monitors in hospitals? I feel like that was a flat line. Something deep inside was telling me that there's more to life, and for a long time I didn't listen, and I was happy to stay in a comfort zone. And I think after trauma from the childhood that we had, I kind of needed it. I needed a stable life and just stability until my ex broke up with me. That was kind of like the ticket to freedom.
I really don't feel like getting bitten by it. I suspect I have no choice. Perfectly dressed.
Do you want to taste the honey? Stick your finger in there.
In where?
In there.
And then? Oh my god.
And that's the honey.
Yum! I've never done that in my life. Bees live off honey?
We're eating their food that they need to survive winter.
Nom 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 nom. What happened after you had your ticket to freedom?
I was super codependent because he was such a rock in my life, but we were just also two very different people, and our lives kept going in different directions, and we just kept trying to cling on, trying to make it work, because that's what you're supposed to do in society. You're just meant to make things work and just keep going and all that kind of stuff, even when things really start to not feel right. Sometimes you need to leave, and the best thing you can do is leave, and sometimes you need to stay. In this case, it was time for us to leave. So we sold the investment property, so I had, I think, 50K out of that, and he did too. And then I also had another job that I got, and I was doing really well, but the boss hated me, and I got fired in a really weird way. And so things were just not working out in my life in Sydney. So I was just like, well, I can try to get another job, or I could do something completely different. I bought a van and got out of Sydney and started traveling and getting to know myself and just focusing on myself for the first time in my life.
Lots of people ask me if I have pets or not, and I usually say no, because it's a little hard to explain that I have two of these guys. They came with the property. I told the owners that I wasn't going to get rid of them because they are kind of expensive. But I am keeping the promise. And that's the reason I got the property, actually, because other people bid, but because I said I'll save them. How much was your van that you purchased, to give people an idea of the investment that you made, which you then lived in for 9 months?
I think it was for sale for like over 7 grand, but I negotiated it down to, I think, 6.
So you granted yourself essentially 9 months permission to slow down time.
The first couple of weeks that I was in my van, I was like, I'm homeless. What am I doing with my life? That I have nothing. You know, I've gone from property investments, a husband, the life that I'm supposed to be living, to now living on the streets in my van. And then after those 2 weeks, I started seeing the world in a very different way. And it was the best thing ever, because I could park along multi-million-dollar mansions and have the same view as them and have the same access to the beaches as them. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. And then I started meeting other van lifers, and we just had we had a van fam. I still love van life so much, and my heart still longs for it sometimes, so I have to go for a few trips, I think, in the near future. But it was challenging, but the challenges made me so much stronger, because I had to have solutions for everything. And that was a time of me going, hey, actually, I have myself. I got my back. Like, I can get through this. Whatever challenges come my way, I can figure it out. And that's what helped me grow my confidence. and I had the comfiest setup in my van. It was so cozy, and it was such a healing space, because that's when I started studying Tantra and learning about embodiment and connecting with my body, connecting with myself. I learned about self-love and started loving myself. I started doing so much inner work as well, and that the van is just such a sacred space.
As far as the eye can see, this is my land. Not really, the fence is just a little bit further down. But it's cool, man. 43 acres of land. It's pretty spectacular that I get to be together with my sister, the guardians of this land for this period of time, making organic farms and it's really cute.
Me and my partner, Nat, we want to do farming differently. That is aligned with our values, that looks after and respects animals, that respects food sources and creates good quality food sources, that does the right thing by the land, by the animals, by people, by the community. And there's so many farmers out there already doing this, but not enough still. And I just think this is one of the most important things that we could ever do, to tend to the land. And being on the land has brought me closer to nature. It's toughened me up. You know, the city life weakened me, and I've worked on farms before, but living on a farm toughens you up because you're faced with so many things like death, with the cycles of nature. It's strengthened me mentally, physically, and spiritually. We have learnt so many skills and have so much knowledge and wisdom from this, but where we are at the baby stages, there is so much to learn. Like, this is my travels. You travel, this is my travels. I'm like, how can I learn more about the soil? Where can I plant this? Like, what plant goes with this one? What animals? What do I need to do to tend to them, to make them healthy?
And you're doing it all organically.
Yeah.
You want to, the problem with the soil that we have in the world is dreadful. Like, the soil is basically destroyed. And I used to think as a youngin that you can just eat vegetables and you got your nutrients. But now the amount of nutrients that are in vegetables is peanuts compared to what it used to be, because of how fast these plants are grown and also how much fertilizer and old bullshit is in the soil.
Chemicals, glyphosate, and just even monoculture, planting one plant for miles on end. That's not nature. That's us trying to control nature.
Yeah, so now seeing how bad the food situation is for the majority of the world, it's a really sad situation. So you are doing such a big job for humanity learning these skills.
Such a gentleman. We did not get around to doing our garden this year. We had 10 months of rain last season and our garden went, and this year we were too busy with other things to make it work. But I hope to make this garden exceptional next summer.
I'm excited to witness what you create next year. But you have lots of more animals this year than ever before. Hey, hello. Oh my god. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this in my life. You could have easily gone back, well, I have a skill set in this, I'm going to go back to doing what I did because that's what paid the money. Or I could just start from scratch, which is petrifying.
And I feel like I'm starting from scratch every single day. And there's nothing wrong with starting from scratch, you know, I'm learning new skills every day. But when I thought about going back into corporate, it was all about feeling. So I just felt and I didn't know anything about my emotions or anything, but everything about me was like, I can't go back. I can't do it. It's not the right path. I know I'll just die internally. But then living in the van, slowing down, processing, healing, it just opens up a whole different world of opportunity. Once you have a broken life and have broken your life, it just gets easier to take those leaps into the unknown and try new things. Do you want to go down to the creek?
I've never been to the creek.
You haven't been to the creek?
No.
You might need longer pants.
Yeah, I guess I can. Let's go for a walk. God, this is so freaking cute. What's your dream with the goats?
Be a breeder of goats and to make soap and dairy products.
How many goats do you want?
A gazillion. And then every year they multiply. And then you have baby goats and they suck on your earlobes.
but most of us have been conditioned to not say what we want or need because you push your own needs aside for like to make sure that your mom's happy or your dad's happy or or society's happy. Learning about actually what you want is a difficult journey for a lot of people. And one of the things I'm doing now is to be like, what sparks joy?
So when you say what sparks joy, it's like, what feels good?
Yeah.
What do you want more of in your life? It's all about feeling so much. Like, we have this incredible guidance system. Everything that we're looking for is within us.
Yeah.
Starting with feelings. Intuition is a feeling as well. It's like, listen to your feelings. The realm of the body and the realm of the feminine energy is very subtle a lot of the time. And because the world that we live in, we keep going for bigger, stronger, more special effects in movies, louder, 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 living in cities where it's just noise constantly, all that kind of stuff. We have become desensitized to the body's language, which is the subtle realm. And so when you first try to change or try to balance yourself out, it seems like super subtle, like, hello, is anything happening? But then the more you practice it, the louder and louder it gets, and you can't ignore your intuition. You can't ignore your feelings. And if you do, you're gonna get punished. And like, you're just not, it's just like, you know that you're gonna take the wrong track. It's not gonna be aligned with who you actually are, and you're gonna suffer in some way, shape, or form.
Wow. I just want to swim in it, actually.
Go for it.
Do you think you're a free human?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, within the constraints of society and this nature's laws and, you know, the universal laws, I think freedom needs boundaries as well. But within the boundaries, I'm definitely a free human.
I remember mum saying, she's like, if you got a normal 9 to 5, I'd be disappointed. Like, sometimes there's family pressures of like, no, I need you to be a doctor or this, a lawyer. I need you to live here. I need you to support this. I need you to do these things. Society says it. You say it to yourself. Like, if I am to be successful, like, I need to be successful, so I need these things. You've gone there, then you just destroyed your life and you rebuilt it. Do you have advice?
I think that without opposites, we wouldn't know what freedom is. So sometimes it's really good to be imprisoned in a life that you don't enjoy so that you can know just how freaking good freedom is. So once you get sick enough of your life and you set the intention, you know, when I was in Sydney still and after the breakup, I still didn't feel like, I felt free, but I still felt like something wrong. And I just kept repeating to myself, freedom, 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 freedom. No matter where I went, what I did, internally it was freedom. My intention was freedom, freedom, freedom. Little did I know that was going to lead to a spiritual awakening and a whole heap of healing. And I was like, this is freedom. It comes down to realizing that you are worthy of a better life as well. You know, everyone comes into this world with a unique path to live and experiences to experience, and you are inherently worthy of living that true path that is true to you. So setting an intention, just setting an intention and just having that intention can completely transform your life. Just start there. If that is what you want, watch out what you ask for. Be ready for a wild ride, because you might end up breaking up with your partner. You might quit your job. You might do all these types of things. But what might seem painful at that stage is also you reclaiming your soul and reclaiming your own power. And that can be one of the most painful journeys that you go on, but also the most rewarding.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you to Mum and Dad for producing Stephanie.
And Sorel and Conrad.
Producing all of us, that we could have this conversation. Thank you for partaking and sharing your wisdom, which is endless amounts. And I'm excited to link people with all the information that you have on all the amazing ways that people can work with you and learn from you. So thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you.
I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for putting your faith in me in this interview.
You're amazing. People need to know about you.
Oh, thank you, Shrubby. I love you.
I love you. Okay, that's enough love.
Never enough love.
My name is Gertrude, and I do not do absolutely anything because I'm a free human. So today I'm going to be doing the ad from the bathtub. Just in line with being completely useless. Squarespace. Let me tell you about it. It is a magnificent tool for business owners and free humans like myself to have a flawless online image that makes you look so professional even if you do not have many skills, like me. Squarespace already has powerful e-commerce capabilities, but now with new third-party tools it can help you manage inventory, promote products, streamline bookkeeping, reconcile and file sales tax, and ship items across the globe. Of course, there's the 24/7 customer service from Squarespace that everybody loves, as well as the award-winning designer templates that make you look professional even if you do not have an eye for design, unlike me. That one I have down pat. You also have complete marketing tools including email management, top analytics tools to track the performance of your webpage to continue refining and improving the results of your business in real time. Squarespace does also host your content seamlessly, text, videos, and photos, of course. But also audio blocks can be inserted in case you're a podcaster, for example. And these are just a few of the amazing aspects of Squarespace. So my darlings, head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Sorel to get 10% off your first website or domain. This is so fun.